would like to say hello to everyone from beautiful Sardinia. Look at the colors, the nature, the sea. There's some mountains behind me. Listen to the sound of the water. It's recharging, regenerating, and you can just listen and enjoy. Every year, actually I wouldn't say every year, I would say this is my 5th year in a row coming to Italy to relax, to have my holiday, to pause and think and to feel the sweetness of doing nothing, as Italians say that. And I spoke a lot about how I manifested this holiday. And today I'm not going to talk about that so much. I would like to say why it's so important for you to pause. Especially if you are an ambitious woman, especially if you are after success, and especially if you want to get into this next level, if you want to go a little bit further ahead of where you now. And this is something that I have discovered a few years ago, before I started manifesting cautiously. So this is the story. The story is that a few years ago, when I started my online business with online lessons in English, because I'm a teacher, and 6 years ago in COVID season, I decided to start something just to help my community. I'm Bulgarian as well, and I wanted to create this YouTube channel where I share with my community my knowledge in English, so I can help them improve their English and get better at English, and also of course earn more money, be more successful, prosperous, and utilize this language so they can succeed in life, so they can have more opportunities in their life, as you know, financially, better work, let's say, better even business opportunities, and opportunities to literally show themselves, monetize their talents, and show up in a different environment, so they can obviously earn more money. Because English, knowing English is a skill, and everyone can learn English and literally make more money. It's not only money, but have more opportunities. And I started following people online who talk a lot about manifestations, who talked a lot about how you can create synchronicities for yourself, really, and how you can change your reality so your reality can help you make your dreams come true. And this was a concept that I couldn't quite understand, and as someone who is a very ambitious, a woman who is very ambitious, who chases her goals, I didn't understand how it's possible to achieve something without pushing. I couldn't understand that. And I'm sure that so many of you are there. And I'm sure so many of you think that without pushing, you can't achieve. And I started implementing changes in my life. Small things. For example, 5 years ago, I decided, instead of being fearful and thinking, oh, I cannot allow myself to have 2 months holidays, so it's literally relaxing, not working at all, I am going to struggle financially. But I decided to make this bold move, and I decided to say yes to my longer holidays. And what happened afterwards, what followed, because I wasn't anymore in my scarcity mindset, now I easily relax for 2 months, and I do it because these 2 months give me so much energy for my next 10 months. And in those 10 months in the year, I'm very productive, I'm very creative, I'm all in, and I'm very present in what I do. And miraculously, my income, in fact, doubled. So for these 2 months, I not only earn double the money for these 2 months, so that I'm not working, but I feel much more energized. I feel much more happier in my life in the next year. So this was the first change that I've implemented in my life, and I talk about this a lot. If you look in my content, you will find videos about that, how I risk it. This is how I saw it, as a risk. So I took this risk to relax for 2 months, doing nothing, feeling the sweetness of doing nothing. And this helped me so much to be in the present moment, to feel the present moment and know what it feels like to feel the sweetness of doing nothing and literally relax, pause, look back, turn around, see my achievements from a different perspective, and also feel like I'm rewarding myself to have these 2 months of doing nothing. And then I understood that this little change helped me create more abundance in my life. So I literally tapped into this energy of abundance by doing this one little change. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Some people love working all the time. However, pausing, if this is something that recharges you and you say, I cannot afford it, will stop your abundance. So even if you join a 21-day challenge, something that I saw online today, won't help your abundance or creating abundance in your life. Because abundance is not just about money, it's about being abundant, so feeling the abundance as a state of being. So one change: stop working, stop worrying about the money, stop worrying about not having money. If you allow yourself to break, to have a little time for yourself. So this is the first thing. And this is abundance. This is an expensive change. However, it's not so expensive, because if you do that, there is a law in the universe, the law of balance and compensation, and this law will start working for you when you start doing this change. So one change can tap you and your energy into the abundance energy. Now, if you want to learn more about abundance and how I teach it and how you can create it in your life, you can join my program, The Absolute Abundance, which I created for women who won't settle for less. Because this is what I wanted in my life. One day, when I was literally pausing in those 2 months, first time when I started applying this change, to pause for 2 months in my life, I understood that by pushing myself to work more and being in this scarcity mindset, that if I allow myself to break for 2 months, I will lose money. And then I understood that I'm playing small. So this is why I'm doing it. And I was settling for less. That's why I was doing it. So this program, Absolute Abundance, is for you if you are an ambitious woman, if you are an action taker, if you're doing a lot, but you don't really feel like you're tapping into abundance yet. So this is why I created it. Now, when you understand the concept of absolute abundance, you are going to, and literally what we're doing in that program is releasing also the problem paradigm mindset. Because so many people, women as well, they live in the problem. And when you live in the problem, or when you focus on the problems, you literally multiply it. You make it really big. And when you do that, you attract more problems, really. Or if you are in the, that's another thing, if you are in the state of fixing, you are again creating problems for yourself. Or if you are in the state of challenges, this is why I'm not joining any challenges anymore. Because when you join challenges, or you love challenges in your life, you attract challenges in your life. And there is a better way to live your life. So instead of having challenges, you can live and you can create opportunities or adventures, if you like. This is why I love to see myself as Alice in Wonderland. I always saw myself as Alice in Wonderland, because when you see yourself as Alice in Wonderland, you are going to see not the obstacles or the challenges, you're going to see the opportunities, and not only the opportunities, you're going to see the adventure and the fun things in your life you get to do in your life. And when I say life, if you have a business, as I have a business, you're going to see the same manifestation in your business as well. So if you feel like your business is not where it should be and you want to fix it, again, you are not in the abundance mindset, you're not in the abundance energy of your business. You are in the challenging energy, the energy of feel you are challenged to make it better. Okay, now hopefully you understand this concept, because I know for me personally, if someone said that to me 5 years ago, it would be very hard for me to understand that. Now, once you've done that, once you finally understand the concept that you don't have to be in the challenge or the fixture of the problem, and you start tapping into the absolute abundance, and you understand that your divine essence, this is something that is really big in that program, Absolute Abundance, you're going to start not just dreaming, wanting, desiring to tap into your millionaire magic energy. And this is what we do in my high ticket program. I'm not going to talk about this today, but if you feel like what I taught you and what I shared with you resonates with you, you can message me, you can get in touch, have a little chat with me around your next step and what would you like to create next year, well, even now in this month, so I can kind of guide you through what is possible for you when you work with me. As I said, I'm Bulgarian. I live in England. I am a teacher, and also I'm a coach, and I work with the energy. I'm also a theta healing instructor, and I teach theta healing for beginners. So if you're interested in that, you can ask me as well. What else I wanted to share? Yes, I wanted to talk about the manifestations, because manifestation season is coming soon. And another thing that is kind of very important for you if you want to get to your next level is think about how you spend your money or how you invest, because money is energy. And I had a post about that, at least 5 expensive activities, I would say, that are worth your money. So the first thing is pausing, so holidays, not just any holiday, a holiday that will recharge your energy. The reason why I come to Sardinia is because all the colors, the water, the sky, the mountains, the place itself, the food, gives me the vibe of abundance. It makes me feel abundant. And yes, I invest money in that. I pay money to come here. It's not a small amount of money. But I do it because this is the investment really, because this will give me my next level next year, or within the next 10 months, let's put it this way. Also, the foods you are eating. This is part of Absolute Abundance as well. I talk a lot about the intuitive diet in there. And this is something that I have changed in the past few months, let's put it this way. So I stopped eating cheese and all sorts of products that contain lactose, and also I stopped eating gluten and bread. And so far I've lost 5 kilos with nothing. I'm like not diet. No, I didn't restricted my body from any food. So I'm eating the way I eat before. It's just I'm avoiding certain foods, and this is something that I do in that program. This will help you, your intuition, and not only intuition, your productivity and your creativity. Not as if you are going to go on a diet, but you are going to do a test where you're going to check all your food intolerance, because food, if you eating, this is the first sign actually of not having good boundaries. If you're eating food that is not helping your body, first of all, that shows that there isn't any love for your body, which is something important when you want to. Your body is an important component to manifest what you truly desire, and that also shows your energy of abundance. So if you eat food that is not good for your body, you're restricting your body of being healthy, and that health is abundance as well. Being in rooms, so this is another expensive thing that I have applied as well and started doing since I decided to change completely my life. So being in the rooms of people who already achieved or are moving towards achieving what I truly desire, which is a different lifestyle, a different way of thinking, different mindset, different emotional state, different way of, I already said that, thinking, but also different philosophy of life. And then also being with people who inspire you. This is a big thing that most of the time costs money. So and that is part of your absolute abundance practice, something that we do in the absolute abundance. Now, because this is an investment to join that program, but if you feel like it's too much for you, or you're not ready, which, if you feel like you're not ready, you won't get to this level to manifest your absolute abundance, because if you want absolute abundance, you need to get ready. You need to be ready. You need to be in the energy of moving fast. And the energy of moving fast helps your manifestation as well. And this is another lesson that I learned, that truly successful people, they don't wait, they do things, they just move really fast. They decide and they just go for it, and they go all in. So right, so you can message me, you can get in touch and have a little chat with me about your next goals, and then I can guide you around my containers and how I can work with you and how I can help you depending on what your preferences right now and your budget, of course. If you like to learn more about energy, if you like to learn more about manifestations, which are how to call them, manifestations that don't require always pushing or doing more, okay? You can follow me, and as I said, get in touch, so at least you know whether what I offer is for you, or you can make the decision for yourself whether this is something that resonates with you. So, last chance for you to have a glimpse of this beauty and feel the energy of this place. It's just amazing. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a good day.